Hello, my name is Remi Lee, and you're watching Art&INK. On today's episode of Art&INK, we're going to meet Wang, who creates amazing oil painting-inspired tattoos, and Ryan, who uses modern techniques to create his comic book style images. Welcome to Hong Kong, China, the first segment of Art&INK.
My name is Wang. I'm an artist and an inker. I'm working at the Tattoo Temple, Hong Kong, and we all do custom design only. So yeah, it's full of artists and artistic everywhere, anytime. Yeah. When I was 18 years old, I get the tattoo here. It's a star, and it's not too good. So I thought, I think I can do better because I'm studying design. So I found some different way to learn tattooing, but it's really hard in Hong Kong until Tattoo Temple start to get apprentice. Painting style, I will call my tattoo style. It's more like acrylic or oil painting. So I included a lot of detail. It's more like a realistic, but it still have some different fade out and abstract, like the painting that I did. I like to use some really thick outline. Sometimes I love to do a lot of different shading and other detail. And for the color, I think I like color more than back in the day, because I can do more detail and different things. My teacher was Joey Pang, teach me how to do the a brush stroke. That is really helped me to put my own style into tattoo. When I start to do tattoo, somebody will ask me what good is it, because they don't understand the tattoo now is art. It's not just outline of dragon and Felix, tiger for gangster. It's like a painting. When I explain that even to my mom and my dad, they understand more about it. They will more appreciate that. But I think things getting better because a lot of teenagers is getting tattooed now. So they start to understand that tattooing is not just for the gangster, it's more like an artwork. So I find that tattooing in Hong Kong is more like a fashion and more creative. because before, like 5-6 years ago, it's all old school, and the people doesn't really accept tattooing that much. But now it's more people have a sleeve or full back or leg tattoo. Yeah, I think it's changed a lot. It's not just gangster thing. So yeah, I think it's getting better. Because I love drawing and painting, and tattooing is same. It's a different kind of drawing and painting. So yeah, I just love drawing, so I love tattooing. It's the best.
Stay tuned for more Art and Ink. Hello, my name is Remi Lee, and you're watching Art and Ink. Welcome back to Art and Ink. Fun fact, 4 out of 10 millennials have tattoos.
If you want to get into tattooing, then I think you should learn how to draw and have your own style before you start tattooing. Otherwise, you're doing something that someone already did or someone is already doing it. So yeah, I think you have to learn drawing and you have your own style. I like to do drawing more than painting because it's more fast, it's faster, and because I don't have patience that much, so I always change my idea. If I do a painting, I have to finish it in a week, otherwise I will do another one. I will start another one, and then that one is just leave. There's a lot of tattoo artists that inspire me a lot. More affected me is Joey, for sure, because she put all the Chinese painting into art, and that really inspired me that I can do something like that. So I try to put my painting into art, into tattooing. So I think she's the kind of the biggest inspiration for me. In my opinion, to make a good tattoo, all the basic skill like the lines and then the color should be perfect. Yeah, I think that's it. That's a good tattoo. The best thing to be a tattoo artist is I can do something that I love, and I can making money of this. Because I love painting and drawing, but in Hong Kong it's really hard to get money for that. Yeah, because the art scene is quite difficult. And tattooing gives me more opportunity to have my own family. I think art is very personal. It's like something or some time that you cannot share with people. Then art is a way to express myself.
Do you love art? Do you love tattoos? Well, we've got you covered here on Art and Ink. Hello, my name is Remi Lee, and you're watching Art and Ink. Now for the second part of this episode, we travel across the globe to Vancouver, Canada. Let's meet Ryan. Though highly influenced by the classical comic book aesthetic, he has recently gone digital, a trendy new style for artists.
My name is Cardinal, and I'm an artist and an inker. I've been a tattoo artist this is the start of my 18th year now. My style is kind of all over the map, but if I was to like pinpoint it, I would say that it's more illustrative and comic book oriented. Like I can do black and gray, color work, color photorealism. I'm all over the map, but mainly illustrative and comic book. Funny enough, never actually wanted to be a tattoo artist. It kind of chose me. But my fundamentals have always been in comic book and illustration. My Bible, even to this day, whenever I have problems with artwork, is the How to Draw the Marvel Way by Stan Lee and John Buscema. Like I'll go back to that thing day in, day out, and the more that I go back to it, it's just like layers keep getting peeled off. I was like, oh, this is so good and raw. Like I was too young and stupid to realize how good this stuff actually is. I like to meet with the client, have a consultation, and when we sit down, they bring in reference material, that makes our job that much easier. And then once they kind of like pick a couple things, then I can take it to digital format, i.e. Photoshop, Painter, whatever program that I need to use, cut and splice what I need, develop a bit more, start using photo manipulation, actually bringing in proper reference, sending them back a prototype of the design, and then once the design is ready, showing them, and if they agree on it, then I'll do a final line drawing based on the concept that I gave them. There is definitely a special bond between the client and the tattoo artist. You spend a lot of time with this person. If you're doing a larger piece, you are going to be spending upwards up to maybe, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, who knows how many hours. I have some clients that I've worked on for 100 hours. You cannot be with somebody that long and not build some kind of bond or some kind of relationship. One of the funny things I always find about the relationship is, say that you're done the piece, back piece, sleeve or whatever, once the process is done, it kind of feels like you broke up with the person because it's over and they're like, okay, I'm good, sweet, I guess this is it. All right, see you later, have a good time. And you kind of feel a little sad afterwards because you're not going to be hanging out with that person as much.
We will be right back with more Art and Ink. Hello, my name is Remi Lee, and you're watching Art and Ink. Fun fact, in the US, more women than men are tattooed. According to a 2017 survey, 23% of women versus 19% of men are tattooed. Now back for more Art and Ink.
My inspiration as an artist is pretty varied. I find a lot of tattoo artists tend to look at other tattooers for the inspiration. Me, not so much. I tend to look toward guys that are in the concept world, like video game concept artists, movie concept artists, storyboard artists, animation, character artists, character designers, environment designers, fantasy paintings. Comic books is a huge, huge influence for me. What got me interested in drawing comic books back when I was a kid was quite literally like things leapt off the page. Like you could look at a lot of storybooks, they didn't have that same quality that comic books have, where something is striking and dynamic and somehow pulling you into the page with the interaction of the character, either just, with the hand out or throwing something, at the bad guy, but it looks like it's throwing it at you. Like there's a very dynamic and visceral thing going on in comic books that a lot of art just doesn't attain. At least that's what attracted me as a kid to comic books. And also, like as I started reading them, like growing up as a kid, I was a big sucker for mythology, like Greek mythology and, Bible stories and stuff like that, especially like Samson and Hercules. I'm like, oh, who the hell are these guys that are, stronger than normal? Or who's this guy that's faster than everyone else? And then once it transcended into comic books, I was like, oh, these are like these old stories, but just rehashed all over again. But now this is like a modern mythology that is ongoing. And that's definitely one of the things that draws me in, especially into the superhero genre of comic books. Like the original plan that was going to happen before I got into tattooing when I was 17, I was sending out submissions to Marvel, DC, Image, all these comic book companies, like the top tier. And then all these art submissions started coming back from these companies. Started getting, well, they're all rejection letters, but it's pretty awesome getting a rejection letter from Marvel. They're like, you need to work on your anatomy, you need to work on your storytelling. And I was like, oh, this is wicked. They actually got back to me. I didn't even send it to the editors. I sent it through like the regular submission and I still got through. So I must be doing something right. So a lot of these comic book guys are my main influence because of what they, just such dynamic stuff that they do. Fast forward 18 years later, here I am. I'm now going back into doing comic book and illustration because that was the original goal and that is still now the end goal. And it's just gonna be a new fun challenge to do down the road. The evolution of my own art is progressing forward in all fronts right now. Awesome thing is I just picked up a new digital tablet that I can draw directly onto. That thing is a godsend. The amount of time and like speed I can do and save on that is ridiculous. Now with the advent of computers, you have all the digital means to advance your process cleaner and sharper. You can check your mistakes on the fly. Your options are friggin' limitless now. The evolution of my artwork is just starting to skyrocket. Like point in case, I had a friend of mine who just put a selfie up on Instagram, and I was like, man, that's a wicked photo. I can totally use this and turn this into a digital painting. So I took her photo, brought it into a couple of the painting programs that I use, and then digitally manipulated it to a certain point where I could start painting over top of it. It was super fun, super quick. It came together really good just because the reference material was so readily available and ready to work with. It's now a picture of her essentially as a vampire covered in blood. So sometimes it's very rapid, sometimes a little more methodical. So your output of doing this kind of stuff is just, you know, it's all up to you and how you want to have it presented and how you want your artwork to be brought out into the world. Best part of my job as an inker, when I get to come in and do a piece that is super enjoyable, super fun to do, the client sits well, the client has a great time, we both have laughs along the way, and at the end, they walk away with a piece that they're super proud of, I'm super proud of doing it, and more times than not, I usually end up making a friend after doing a really, really awesome tattoo. What makes a good tattoo? For me, I believe it's good solid line work, good composition. If you have wicked contrast, it definitely helps out for the longevity of the tattoo. Does it flow with the body? Can you see it from across the room? You know, do you have these elements that can actually pop out from a distance? But if you have something that's bold and striking, this is a trick that I learned ages ago. Look at it backwards in the mirror, put it up to a light backwards, and instantly everything that's wrong jumps out at you. And that may be balance, composition, proportions, all this kind of stuff. If you don't know those key things too, you're gonna be making bad design choices. If you have a smaller piece, i.e. a pork chop or a steak side piece, you kind of have to make it work within that space. You know, if it's only a hand-sized tattoo, you have to make it work, and those tattoos need to be nice, clean, crisp, and readable. As long as there's this flow and rapport going back and forth between you and the client, where it doesn't feel like a chore, that's awesome. Also, if they don't jump or fucking move, that makes it great too. In 5 years from now, where I see myself, probably not going to be tattooing anymore. And I want to be doing comic books and illustration full time. I definitely see that having more longevity for me as an artist, mainly due to the fact that I can't sit down and tattoo the way that I used to back when I was younger. As much as I love tattooing, it wears and tears on your body. Illustration and comic books, I can sit there all day, I can take a break whenever I want, I can walk, I can do whatever I need to do, grab something to eat. I'm not bound by my client that has to have this stuff done. Comic book and illustration definitely broadens my perspective and my possibilities as growing as an artist in the far future and in the immediate future as well.
Another great episode. Go make some art. And go get another tattoo. Check us out at artandinkTV.com, where you can see more behind the scenes footage of me, Remi, and other episodes.